Okay, um uh, this is the SIM matrix, the SIM matrix, simple 90 days strategy to tangible results for business owners and entrepreneurs. So if you're a business person or an entrepreneur, this model may be very important for you, right? This model may be very good and very interesting for you. So I just thought to just do a little short on this. Anyway, I'm just trying to test a particular software I'm trying to use, so it's not anything outside the norm. So my name is Julius for Labi. I am a premium results coach. I am a value improvement conscious person who is always testy about how to make things simpler, better, faster, and getting premium for it. So irrespective of whatever it is that you do, whatever sector you're involved in, this particular framework is going to be of very strategic importance for you. And if you pay attention, you are going to gain a handsome from what you're going to learn here. So that's this is a simple 90-day strategy to tangible results for business owners and entrepreneur, and that's why I call it the SIM framework. Now, SIM is not your normal whatever you're seeing in your mobile phone. This is an acronym for a framework. So the acronym for SIM is strategic intervention matrix. This is the strategic intervention matrix. Depending on the type of result you intend to get. Like now we are specifying that we want to see tangible results. So results can be categorized into both tangible and intangible results. So when we say intangible results, we're talking about internal growth, behavior optimization that will result eventually in physical results, right? Now we all know that success is an inside out game, right? It's an inside out game, right? So you would need to grow internally, grow your habits, grow your routine, your commitment to your routine before you can begin to see tangible results. And this is an express lane, just like a bypass strategy for somebody that in 90 days you should be able to find what something to really be grateful for, something tangible results, right? If your intention is to get some sales growth, for instance, what are the things that you have to change in your process and in yourself for you to be able to physically see the results, the sales growth that you want? So let's jump right in and get the juice here. Now, the underlying principle here is that you're not going to focus on what you have lost. You're going to concentrate on making the most of what you have left. A lot of people get stuck by simply getting overwhelmed with what they are yet to achieve or the things that they have lost. They say, "Oh, I spent 5 years doing this and all that," and then they concentrate on the loss and lose the steam and energy to be able to focus on what they have left. So the underlying principle that makes the SIM framework to work is this principle that we are not focusing on what we have lost, but rather we are concentrating on making the most of what we have left. If you make an investment, for instance, now somebody might lose his job, you are not going to focus on all that is going to the antecedents of losing the job, but rather you would maximize what you have left. You have yourself, you have your life, you have your skill, you have your experience, everything that you have learned in the life of that particular job. So you are going to be out to make the most out of those So that's the asset that you have left. What is it? And amazingly, even God never leaves us totally empty. You surely have something that you can start off with. And that was why when the Noah's Ark was built, despite the fact that it was going to destroy the entirety, the whole earth through flood, he still had to reserve a set of people to start with. So you are never left with nothing to start with. You always have something to start with. So your focus should be on concentrating on how you're going to effectively maximize that which you have left. That's the principle. So let's jump right in. Step 1 is to identify 3 areas of your life, business, and career you intend to have a change. So the first step is to identify which area you intend to have a change. So it could be 2 to 3 areas. So since we're working with 90 days, we are looking at 3 areas. For me, it would be business, it would be career, it would be income, for instance. So if these 3 areas are the areas you want to see tangible results, then you mark them and separate. So that's step 1. Now, step 2 is to identify what you're doing in that particular area. You're doing very well in that particular area that you need to amplify. What am I doing in my business very well that I need to amplify? There's always something that you're doing very well and you need to amplify, to do more of it. Yes. So that's it. So for me, we are talking about the 3 aspects now. Let's take, for example, 3 aspects is business, finance, and family. Now, the thing that I've observed that I'm doing very well, that is yielding results for me, is follow up and responding to emails. So that means I have to do more of that. It's like identifying your strengths and strengthening your strengths, right? Identify your strengths in a particular area and seek to strengthen that strength. In finance, is keeping your savings growing. I like to keep my savings growing. You understand? Today, if it's want to maintain a particular fixed amount, and at a particular point, at a particular irregular time, a fixed amount, and which I intend to. The major aim there is to grow the habit of savings, not about the amount saved, but the habit of savings. And in family, what I'm doing well is to spend more time, right? So I look for creative ways. That means I have to increase the amount of time that I spend with my family. Step number 3 is to identify what you are doing wrong that you should reduce or stop. So certainly, since we are not perfect, we have some aspect of us that is good and fantastic, and we have some aspect of us that require some form of adjustment. So you need to check what you need to adjust. So when you reduce what the things that you are doing wrong, you will now have a leverage. You now lift the time, the concentration, the focus into the things that you're doing very well. So you are trying to concentrate on what you have left, what you're doing well, in order to maximize and reach a result. So for our business, remember, in the first place, what we're doing right is that we're following up and responding to emails very well. And this time around, we have to cut off non-value adding social media distraction time. That means the time that you spend on social media attending to certain things that are not adding value to your business to increase it. So you cut off that time and add it to what? Following more people up and then doing more, right? Then in finance, stop spending unrealized profit. There are certain people that the moment, maybe for instance, now you're campaigning, you set up a campaign for a particular class that is yet to start, and you are getting people are subscribing to that particular coaching class, but the coaching class has not started and you've started spending the money. That money is not realized until it is paid. That's why you find platforms that offer services, leverage platform that offer services between those that have problems and those solving them, is that until the person that is making a demand that you are hiring, until the person who hire you, your employer, approves the work of the employee, the money is not released to the employee, right? So that's about what stopping unrealized profit, right? Stop spending unrealized profit. So you are spending to be rich. You want to spend to be rich, not spending to be poor, right? If that's right. Then, and family, reduce night outs with friends and invest in family. That means that if you're somebody that goes out a lot, so it's time. If that's you have observed that, this is wrong, right? I'm not spending enough time with my family like I ought to. Then you need to cut that out and be able to invest it in spending more time. That way, you begin to see that your bond is going to increase. You start seeing tangible results. Tangible results. When you stop spending your unrealized profit, you have more profit. You have more income to be able to put in your savings. So you have a great growing savings account. You are now saying that that savings is going to grow. That's a tangible result from what? A change of habits, right? Good. So that's step number 3. And step number 4 is what? To focus on one area for 30 days consistently by amplifying what you're doing well and then reducing what you're doing wrong. So since we have 3 aspects that we're focusing on, we're going to spend 30 straight days focusing on one area. So the first 30 days you're focused on business, and you ensure that what? You are increasing your following up and response to email, while you're cutting off social media, unnecessary social media distraction time, in order to be able to create new customers that your follow up that you have mastered. Because growth is not in what you have mastered. Growth is in the new things, the extra things that you are doing above and beyond what you have mastered. So the time you're taking off from social media chats and distractions that are non-value adding to your business, you are now moving it to create new clients. You understand? Maybe do new promos and the likes of them. So you do that for 30 days. If you do that straight for 30 days, what it means that is that by 30 days, you would have edited your behavior. There would have been a behavior optimization, and that starts. So the next 30 days, you move to your finance, and then in your finance, what are you going to do? Keep your savings consistent, and then stop spending unrealized profit. What happens? It gives you more money to be able to put in your savings, and you find out that while you are not stopping the fact that you are following up and creating more clients, which that one is already established, you're moving it, you continue, you are adding a new responsibility by the beginning of the 31st day to the 60th day. So at the end of the 60th day, you move to the 3rd. So by the end of 90 days, you would have spent 30 days editing a particular behavior in one area and then carrying it up. So at the end of 90 days, you would have spent 90 days editing the first behavior, and you have spent 60 days editing the step 2, the second area, and you have spent 30 days editing the 3rd area. So by the time you roll it like that, and another person could take a further step. Now, this is the structure of the framework, right? This is just something that's a worksheet to enable you to achieve that. Once you are able to identify 3 areas that you want to concentrate on, and then you note what you need to amplify, write it down, you face the entirety of this area for 30 solid days, you move it. It will move into the next area, and then it will move into the other area. So you'll find out that therein lies the power of focusing on one thing for a period of time with a goal in mind, right? The strategy is that you're focusing on one thing for a period of time with a goal in mind. That will enable you to edit your behavior in that particular aspect and change your results tangibly. So this is the SIM framework for achieving what results. So this is just a simple 90-day strategy for tangible results for your business. So if this seems like something that has added some value to you, something that you can try out and see how it goes, then you're welcome on board. If this video has added any value to you, I'd like you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel, and click the notification bell so that when the next video is released that is going to enable you to be able to get premium results, you will be the first person to know about it. So thank you for investing time here, and God bless you.